Hi, this is Mr. Land Trust, and I want to talk to you today about the possibility of you learning how to create trust yourself. You see, there's a phone number at the top of my homepage that you noticed that a lot of people call before they decide to get my course, and they ask me questions. So I have in my hot little hands 7 of the most frequently asked questions of people who call in from that number at the top of my homepage. And I'd like to cover those with you now because you may not have thought of some of these, and I think it'll be to your benefit if you're wanting to learn how to create a land trust. It'll be to your benefit to hear the answers to these questions. So the first question is, can I create a land trust myself? Yes, you certainly can. That's what my home study course does, is it teaches you how to do it. It provides all the forms you'll ever need the rest of your life. And you will put those on your computer, and you'll be able to create land trusts forever at no cost in the future, because once you learn how to do this and you got the forms, then there's no cost to setting up a land trust like there is to setting up an LLC or a corporation. So you can certainly do it yourself. Another big question I get is, how long does it take to set up a land trust? Well, my home study course, my Land Trust Made Simple basic home study course, I wrote it myself. It's about 95, 96 pages long. It's not a bunch of legalese. It's just one investor talking to another. And it teaches you how to create this trust. Now, you'll probably have 9 out of 10 of your questions answered by my course material. But if you have additional questions, that's where I come in. I give you terrific support. You can call me from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week, Central Time, if you have any additional questions. So feel free to contact me after you've read the course and studied the materials. Now, once you get this on your computer, your trust agreement that is, you'll be able to create a trust in 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes. So it's that initial learning process. It's going to take you 2 or 3, 4 hours. But then you're good to go forever. And if you're a very active real estate investor, you're going to be creating a lot of these trusts in the future. So it's good to know you can create them quickly. Next question is, why will I do it for you? And no, I can't do it for you, but I could certainly teach you how to do it. It's not hard. It's not brain surgery. I can attest to that. Another big question I always get, and it seems to be confusion over this issue, is, do I record the trust agreement? Now, I know in some fields of study with trusts, not land trusts, but other types of trusts, some attorneys will record the trust agreement, but you don't do that with a land trust. You do not record the trust agreement. That is yours only, stays in your file, in your trustee's file, for privacy and anonymity of ownership. So we're not going to file that, but what we are going to file is the deed to the trustee. The smartest way to buy real estate is to take title directly from the seller to your trust, so you're never in the trust in the chain of title. But if you own real estate right now, you need to get off the deed as quick as possible. So you'd file a deed from you to your trust. Next question. What is the cost of setting up a land trust? The cost is 0. Yes, you'd have the cost of buying my course if you decide to do that. But after that, 0. There's no registration fee. It's not like a corporation or an LLC where you pay a franchise tax every year. There's no registered agent required, no tax return. It's a very simple process that is easy to apply and replicate over and over again as you're buying and selling and rehabbing and doing all the things that you do in this business when you're in and out of title. Who should be my trustee? Another big question. People are confused. Who should it be? Does that have to be my attorney, my accountant? The short answer is it can be anybody. I have a whole chapter actually in the home study course on who can be and who should be your trustee. So I give you a lot of good ideas there. But bottom line is it can be anybody of adult age. They don't have to be licensed, insured, or bonded. And I do prefer individuals as trustees as opposed to entities. Another good question I get a lot is, do I need an LLC? Well, what's important to understand about these trusts, yes, they give you anonymity of ownership, and that's the first line of defense as a real estate investor, is to not own this stuff in your name. However, that doesn't mean there's no more liability. The liability on the property that you put in the trust flows through to the beneficiary. That's why most real estate investors will make the beneficiary of their land trust an LLC, because it does have more asset protection. So I hope these points have helped you understand all about land trusts and whether or not you want to get involved with them. I encourage you to learn more. They are wonderful tools in this investment real estate world that we all live in. And I encourage you to learn how to do this. It will be to your benefit and your family's benefit for generations to come. Thank you for listening. This is Mr. Land Trust signing off.